7th, planning board, take a minute to read the minutes, and I'll take a motion from you birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last night, where did
He's vice chair.
I think people, well, I guess we both will this time, but next time we will.
I thought maybe that was a mistake.
They're both voting
Maybe
out.
it's just me.
If anything comes up.
Think about it.
I don't think we'll be voting on.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Change the date.
Is there a second?
Second it.
All right, any changes or corrections?
Date.
Anything else? Oops, wrong thing. All right, then, all's in favor, aye? All's opposed, nay? Very good. Please, all right, now, no new business, Kenny, nothing?
I have one best possible location that just came in. I don't know if you guys want to do it now or later.
Well, does it look simple?
Yeah.
Sure, what the heck, why not? That's all we're in
Oh, jeez. Whoops.
for. Hey, wait a minute, this is my house. Have I seen this place, where is it?
West Shore Drive.
No, I never go over there.
Is that storm damage?
Yeah, Irene, I think. They've been going at it with the insurance company for quite a
Is the
while.
one that it's the kids or something, like there's 5 of them?
Yeah, there is. Kids are our age, but. Currently, it is 10 feet from the property. The proposed would be 35, and it comes all the way back. The relocation of the structure comes all the way back to the CMP right away.
But still, it meets the clearance for that, though.
Yeah, that's the CMP right away right there.
No problem. Got it.
So the existing 10 feet away, the proposed would be 35. Back corner's coming right into that CMP right away area there, so they can't relocate it back to there. The septic's is back up here by the road.
New septic hole.
Septic is existing, state approved, but they're gonna relocate the tank and get that further away from the water.
Yeah, sure.
Out there.
So it's all downhill, or are they pumping?
They might get gravity. Currently, it's a pump.
Okay.
Is it small?
It does look it, but that's because they're going up a floor. Going from the street side, that's a slope down towards the middle.
Good, see all these?
Chip didn't see the ones.
These three right here.
Whoa,
Oh,
holy. When did this happen?
Irene, hurricane.
Really?
Yeah.
We have some
Did they fix it up since then? Has it been habitable or no? They just cut it
That
down.
one, the trees down over, I don't think it was this one.
That was different?
Yeah, there was quite a few that were damaged right in that one area.
Huh. Any comments, lads? And lassies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Call me dog.
The next one.
Kids.
Everything that you go out there and check it out?
Is that all grass and up there?
Yeah.
Did they talk about that at all, vegetation stuff?
The whole area where the old house has to be revegetated, and there's a retaining wall in the back that also gets removed and sloped and revegetated.
Retaining wall right back of the house or further back?
Right behind the house, it's kind of just tucked into this area here, that gets all removed and revegetated.
But not rebuilt at all?
No, no retaining walls.
And what's, now they do have one in front though, right?
On the waterfront,
Some kind of something?
yeah, it could be so, yeah.
Oh, okay, just like, well, that is kind of retaining, because it does go up
Yeah,
vertically a little bit, right,
to this,
pull back the ground?
yeah, the state would look at that as a retaining wall, just pull it, leave it, right?
Oh,
As far as if they were trying to make it a retaining wall.
So maybe I missed the plan. Is the plan just to move the house, or is it to knock it down and rebuild it?
Knock it down, rebuild, and basically build behind the existing.
And our goal is to try to get them to move back as far as they feasibly can, without, causing more uproar. Show. Any further comments, questions, any kind of anything? Any kind of
Land
motions?
is how, I mean, just
There's a slope down to the water. somewhere.
significant?
I
No.
wouldn't think
I
so.
don't think, land's very
The one picture from the road showed it pretty well.
yeah.
With the snow, yeah. Now, the trees that blew down, are those to be replaced, or
Yep.
they'll replace those ones as well as any removed?
Exactly. Each tree's worth so many points, and even though it was taken out by the hurricane, they still need to be revegetated back in.
Yeah.
Are they changing the driveway up?
Yep.
Does Ken have a recommendation?
There's no further room to push it back, so I'd say the proposed plan, we've been working on this over a year with them, different avenues and things they've tried, and to me, this is a good fit.
And how's the impervious surface compared, just for interest?
They're at, with the new construction, they'll be at 14.42%,
Yeah.
so.
Is that a reduction or an increase from what they had?
It's about the same,
About the
it
same.
wasn't much more. The house actually looks smaller than the current one that's
The
there.
footprint.
Yeah, so with proper trench lines around the house and the revegetating on the front, I think most of it will all be absorbed right on site.
Is there a motion? Does anybody care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept Ken's recommendation.
Is there a second? Me, John Doe, barely acknowledges that he's making a second. Any further comments, questions?
So are they gonna be increasing their impervious by 100 square feet?
I didn't get a full calculation on the beginning of it. I was just looking at the lower than the 20%.
Yeah.
100 square feet's not that much, I'd probably say as a good possibility of it.
Yeah. So you might give us a little more input later on about how that was, in terms of our, what we're talking about with the stormwater,
Yeah.
how they,
I think if they use the best management practices, working with York County Water and Soil, it's an easy lot to get all the stormwater right into the ground.
Which we're gonna ask him to do?
Yep.
All right. You will. All right.
It's one of our drop downs when we go to print the permits. It's one of our drop downs. We just push it, click, it's there. It has his number and everything right on it.
All right, good.
Nice.
Anything else? All right then. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
All those opposed, nay? It's a done deal.
Do we need to stipulate who's voting for whom, or just that?
No, just a vote. That's it for new business?
Yep.
Old business. Did anyone get a chance to peruse the information here on Countryside Estates?
Yeah, I like that.
The the planning board has nothing to do with the homeowners association bylaws or that kind of jazz. So, they don't have to come to us to make any changes to the size of the house, as long as everything they want to do meets building code, then they don't have to come back to the town at all, as far as the homeowners association bylaws are concerned. So, we don't have to deal with it.
Was the size of the building, was that part of the bylaws or was that part of the actual plan?
I couldn't see it on the plan anywhere. It certainly isn't on the, we have parcel sizes, but as far as size of the dwelling, not that I could see. And nothing in here, in fact, nothing in here other than what may be in the homeowners agreement, which again, is out of our purview.
If one of the current homeowners didn't care to have these additional homes reduced in size, do they have a venue they could go to?
Their
if it's not
homeowners.
Anybody in town?
I don't know, we'd have to, I don't know. I suppose if they got a lawyer, they could, do something, but I'm sure any changes that they want to make are addressed in the homeowners association, guidelines. There's all kinds of, boilerplate legalese as far as making changes, doing this, doing that, if you have an grievance, blah, blah, blah. But the town doesn't get involved in these types of things. So, and the Board of Appeals, I don't think they do either. I can't doubt that. So it would be, if they have an issue that they can't decide amongst themselves, then it's Alfred.
Is it,
Or-
how many did you say have been sold? Was it like 3?
I'm not sure.
I took a ride over there, it looked like there were 3 homes. There's one, but I was confused by it, but when I looked at that, I realized it's not part of the subdivision.
That house was there, that was the one in the front?
Yeah, to the right.
Yeah, no, that house was there before, in fact, that house may be in Champlin, I'm not positive.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
might be.
yeah, that was there already. So,
So they'd be outvoted,
Pardon me?
right? Wouldn't they be outvoted? Right?
probably, yeah, because it goes by, who owns how many pieces of properties. And right now, the developers still own the majority of the properties, I would imagine. So, they could be.
That's all how the bylaws are set up, though.
Right.
They're not necessarily set up where everybody has equal vote.
And not until they get enough, and I don't remember what it said as far as how many it takes before they could set up a new board of directors, how many properties have to be out of the developer's hands before they, whether it's just a simple majority or something bigger, I don't know. But that's why we don't get involved in that stuff. So,
I thought there was verbiage, and I don't see it jumping out now, that talked about the planning board needing to review something, and basically they were saying if we could scratch that out, then it would kick it all back to the homeowners.
well,
And it could be in another document, so,
I didn't see it when I went through this stuff before I dropped it off. Now granted, they don't number the pages, there's a bunch of pages in there. But,
Commissioner's Worship pointed out, and we'll
I didn't see anything in the restrictive covenants, I don't believe.
Were they looking for something official from us, Ken?
yeah,
They wanted us to okay changes that they had, which were what again? We got that list, is that what this is? See?
You want to change it from 15 to 1,300
Yeah.
garage under is, okay by the declarant.
Yeah, I thought it was in the beginning of that.
See, they just talk about board of directors make changes, and that's not us. We've got, because I know we've never been involved in any of this in the past. The only times that we get involved in a subdivision that we've approved is if we have something specific written in the notes, more often than not. That's where we'll put it. We'll say that none of the lots can be subdivided without coming back to the planning board. If you have a subdivision that's got lots bigger than like 5 acres, or 8 acres, or 10 acres or something. Or we may say something else in here, but if we don't say it in the notes on the plans, it's never gonna end up in this thing, in this document. This is all the subdivision stuff. It would all be, anything we added would be on this. So, did you guys ever find any? Oh, you did? Oh, you haven't? It's gotta be around somewhere. Well, I don't know, I'm comfortable with saying, they can do whatever they want. Unless somebody can show me into that compliance, where it says we have to,
Well, I know they put it in there, and it was really a mistake on their part, and they were just gonna pull that out, so we didn't need to worry about all the changes, but if they need to, then to get that document, they can come back.
yes, if they're sure that we have to be involved, then just show us. Because
Yeah.
like I said, I haven't been able to find it. But I'm no
I know I saw it, so it was
expert.
just in our email, so.
I don't know. I mean, anybody can take this home and peruse it at leisure while you wait for the snow to melt. Anything else with stormwater, with the stormwater ordinance? Anything you want?
What's the next thing we have to be prepared for?
Public hearing sometime
May 2nd.
May 2nd. And maybe the first meeting in March, we'll talk about, not March, April. Talk about getting signs out there and, just seeing if we want to have, maybe the public hearing on, what did you say it was, May 2nd? Is that the latest it can be before town meeting to meet the legal ramifications?
I believe Jen and I went through it, and that's just about it.
All right. If we find out in April that people have been going through this online and there's a lot of questions, maybe we'll have an extra public hearing ahead of time. We'll see what happens. Has anybody given you guys any feedback on it yet? It is available online, and we have hard copies around, correct?
Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens in a month. Because I've got no problems with having extra public hearings, but they would have to be before the May 2nd.
Did we discuss the idea of having Linda Shire come to the public hearing?
Yes, we did, she's going to. And they're going to try and work up, and hopefully we can get this before the public hearing. They're going to try and work up what they would be comfortable in providing to some homeowners, like some simple plans, and what it might cost. And we'll still get a hold of York County Soil and Water, get a ballpark on what some of the bigger items might be, or Forest Bell or something like that, somebody that, does it for a living.
What an engineered plan would cost for a couple of different scale
Right,
examples.
just so that when people ask us, we can
Yeah.
give an idea.
Yeah.
If the more information we can give them before they vote, the better off everybody is.
Mhm.
And Yeah. And we always try and, historically, we've always tried to do that. Give them as much information as we possibly can. If we need extra public hearings, then we have them, you know. It all depends on what the subject is and how well received it is, that kind of deal. Anything with, any other questions on stormwater?
This comments from Eric Williams. Interesting.
Where's that?
From the,
All of this.
if only we had the answers.
Who is the,
I don't know. At UNH,
Is he?
that's what his email says.
Did he get this through us or through,
It looks like
Linda.
Linda sent it to him.
Derek's from the UNH Stormwater, I wasn't sure who Eric was.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Yeah, I just assumed he's somebody down there though, with the stormwater management group.
see, yeah. No exceptions. Ah. Number 4. Apparently this guy wants someone else to start his car.
we have considered it.
Yeah.
He just says we should consider it.
No,
We did consider it.
No, we did.
we're considering it again, you know, right?
Consider all these things.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, would you know the answer to number 1 there? Just offhand, or, I mean, you would think that JT would have done his homework on that one,
And
but,
they originally came from Forest Bell,
Yeah,
so,
or that they would hold on that one, yeah.
I've never filled out a stormwater permit application from the DEP, but I would imagine it's gonna be more stringent than the town. The town's focusing on a small area, but
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what we all imagined.
you never know.
Yeah, right. So, and then the reference for the phosphorus. Is that something we can get from the DEP website?
I don't know if we want to load up the ordinance.
We don't need to put it in the ordinance, but maybe we want that for the hearing?
Well, that would be simple enough to do, yes.
I don't know.
in case the question comes up?
Yeah, I mean, seems like it's a question that's out there. I don't know.
Why don't we try that? Why don't we contact DEP and see if they can give us how they calculate the phosphorus loading. And at the same time, ask them for their requirements for stormwater management. See if they'll send us one of these things. They'll say it's online. It's available online. Yeah. Anything else? Brenda, Kenny? Boys and girl? Chief, anything? All right then. Good night, Cable Land.